Welcome to This Wasn't on the Test, the podcast where knowledge meets humor in the most unexpected ways. Join Dr. Jake and Dr. Kayla, a couple with doctorates in their respective fields, and their sister Kelsey, who may not have a PhD but sure knows how to keep things light with her quick humor and relatable take on the world. Whether you're a scholar or just a curious mind, this trio will make you laugh, think, and you might even learn something new. Tune in to find out why this wasn't on the test. Welcome back to This Wasn't on the Test, a podcast with me, I'm Kelsey, and my brother, Dr. Jake Berg, and my sister-in-law, Dr. Kayla Berg.
Hello.
Hey. So this week, it's a little bit of a different week because we have, like, fucking world travelers over here who we're just trying to squeeze in some recording, so we're doing something fun. But Kayla's been roasting like a chicken, like a rotisserie chicken on a beach.
I have not. I've been swimming like a mermaid because I'm the only one that goes in the ocean. I'm out there in the ocean by myself in an inner tube like a mermaid. But I will say, I have a picture you'll be...
mermaids don't have inner tubes.
Fuck off. I have a picture that is majestic of me because there were... One of the mornings we were out at the beach, there were like 2 or 3 different pods of dolphins swimming past.
Oh my god.
Like must have been like 50 yards from me. They were not far away. And so there is a picture of me and my floaty with dolphins swimming past. It was wild. I had my own private dolphin show.
And you sent me the picture of just the one little dolphin fin. That was the picture that you got?
Yes.
Wow.
But I mean, I was... Okay, whatever.
Well, you say, oh, I got this amazing picture, and you didn't send it to anybody.
Did I?
But I didn't send it to anybody.
Did I not send it to anybody?
No.
Okay.
Not me.
Okay.
You sent me a picture of water with a bump being like, there's a dolphin out there.
No, hang on.
I was at like a festival, or not a festival, like a farmer's market the other day, and there was a booth there, and there's this shirt with a girl on it wearing like a mermaid, wearing a trucker hat and like pine trees and stuff, and it said
there's my dolphin
Midwest.
friend.
It said Midwest mermaid, and I was like, I need that. That is me. I'm a Midwest mermaid.
I had to tell you all, I took a picture of it. I was at the Goodwill where I was because I love a Goodwill. And it was kind of a bougie area, so I got some, high-end items. I got Emmy a Columbia shirt and a pair of Nike shorts. It was great. But I found there, while I was looking, a Wapaka Dance Team t-shirt at a Goodwill.
How random.
In South Carolina. I took a picture of it. I didn't buy it, but I was like, are you kidding me?
You should have bought that. That is like gold.
Is that the only Wapaka?
Yeah, it was just Wapaka Dance Team. I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
I did get one of my friends
for
gave
context,
me
is a
was
little,
like.
We should probably say for context, Wapaka is a little tiny town in Wisconsin that we drive through
by our hometown
fairly frequently.
Yeah,
it's a tiny town.
One of my friends got me this, or gave this to me, and it is a Wapaka Casino tank top, but it looks like a Hooters shirt. Isn't that cute?
That's cute.
But shout out to Wapaka. How random. That's so crazy.
I know.
And so this week you guys are also, so we're going to release this episode, but you guys are going to be gallivanting on a cruise.
We'll be in Alaska.
By the time this releases. So that's exciting.
I'm excited
for you guys. Busy. And then by the time you guys are back, you're going to be in Wisconsin. We'll record in person. Maybe we'll get our mom on the podcast.
I think we have to.
Yeah, I think we have to. I have been getting feedback from my friends that are not as smart as you guys. Sorry, friends that are regular listeners, saying that they really like they liked that Would You Rather game that Jake and I did, and they liked the there was like something else that we did. I don't know. Doesn't work, but doesn't remember. My brain doesn't work. But But today we're going to do a fun game too. So
I'm excited.
we're just kind of trying to get
So
ourselves
your friends are saying
through,
they don't like our podcast. They like the one-off thing that we did.
pretty much.
Yeah.
No, they like our podcast. But it's easier, I think, for people like me, dumb people. Just kidding. I'm not dumb. To follow.
Can we talk about, speaking of dumb people, can we talk about the tragedy that occurred this past week?
The evidence has been swept under the rug.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I am the one that's responsible for posting on social media. So if there's ever any spelling errors, it's my fault, not Jake and Kayla. Not the ones that have doctoral degrees. It is me. Spelling things wrong. And I wrote on
tragedy.
our graphic
Tragity. And I was like,
oh my God.
the fuck is happening? It was a tragedy.
I feel like
The
I
thing
need to
is,
read
it
the text
also
message
said
that
it-
you sent.
When you make these posts, like, you do have the episode that I titled in the files and on our distribution
You
stuff
can
right
read
in
the
front of
title,
you.
Kelsey. It's a copy
To
and
make-
paste.
I don't know what happened. I don't know how that happened. And I even have like auto spell check like on my phone. So I don't know how it got, like, it was just like, this is too stupid. I'm not even telling you that it's wrong or what, because
I don't even know how to fix
They don't
that.
even know what you're going for.
Right? I don't even know what you're trying to say.
well, like that my phone should have spell checked it for me.
No, but
No,
like
it
your
was
phone
such
was
a
like,
bad
I
spelling
don't even
error
know where you're going
That
with
didn't
this.
know what you're trying to get.
Yeah. But the funnier thing is that Jake fully saw the post and, like we had talked about the posting and he didn't even catch it.
Yeah.
You caught it, Kayla.
I didn't notice
Oh my
it, but
God.
it's kind of the same thing where I'm like, well, I handed the file off to Kelsey and she would naturally copy paste it. So I don't even like really read the episode thing on the Instagram
sure.
post when you look
I think
at
my
it.
message was, what the fuck, Kelsey? Were you still drunk? And it was just a
I'm trying to find
screenshot
it. It
of
must
the
be in
post.
Discord.
It's in Discord.
Yeah. Were you still drunk? Highlighting tragedy. TRAGITY. It's so funny. It's me. It's not them. It's me. Don't worry, people. It's not the really smart ones. It's just me.
Oh my God.
So we're going to get right into it, I think, unless anybody else has anything exciting to share.
No.
No. Nothing.
Nothing.
Anything that I have to share is inappropriate, so I'm going to keep it to myself.
You can't say that if you're not going to share with the rest of the class.
I mean, I'll share it with you off of the
Okay.
podcast. The rest of the class doesn't need to know.
Oh, does it have anything to do with I didn't show. Now, I've only been back with Jake for a couple hours. I need to show him the slew of nonsense videos I received last weekend.
Yeah, I was drunk.
I'm aware. 2 of the 3 videos you were in a bathroom stall. Not the same bathroom stall, mind you. 2 different bathroom stall
Yeah.
videos in one night.
It was rough. It was rough. Actually, it was really fun. So it wasn't that
It was
rough.
hilarious.
Yeah, it was a good time. We were out for Pride Fest, so you got to go hard when you're out for Pride Fest.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm not judging. It was
Um,
just like, what is going on?
And I don't know why I chose
You chose
to
me.
be the one
Yep.
to target.
All night long.
So thank God it was you and not somebody else, honestly.
And then I just, called the next morning to make sure that you were alive and safe and had taken some ibuprofen.
Yep. And I did.
Yeah.
And I didn't drive. So
No. You're good.
I was very safe. I had a great time. My clothes are still in a little plastic bag. But it's okay. That's fine. Okay, well, let's get right into it. So today we're going to play a kind of like Jeopardy style, unhinged, like mildly explicit game. And it's based on like physics and education. So
Do these have real answers? I
we-
forgot to ask that beforehand.
yes,
Okay.
they have real answers.
Like actual
You're
correct
welcome.
answers.
I mean, probably.
Well, you don't know if they're correct or not.
but
I'm assuming they're correct.
there are answers.
I'm saying it's not like a make up something on the spot type thing.
No, they're like actual answers.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Although I did do this with my team at work, and I did have one answer that could have been like multiple things.
Well, I mean,
and somebody answered it, and I was like over the microphone, and everybody started laughing. They're like, "That is right," and I was like, "Oh, sorry."
Should have called.
But
this
we've got
podcast
categories.
Duck, Duck, Goose.
We got questions, and we got a lot of fun and chaos. So here we go. So I'm gonna read the categories out to you guys, and then we will, somebody can choose the first category and dollar amount, and then we'll go from there. Okay, category 1, physics, but make it sexy. Category 2, education is a scam, but we love it. And category number 3, what in the theoretical fuck?
Perfect.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Jake, got it?
Yeah.
We'll let you choose the first category, and make sure you guys keep it Jeopardy style. If you don't answer what is a blank, you're not getting the points.
Oh.
Are you keeping track of score?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Physics for 500.
And you guys can physics for 500.
Oh, you're going right in for the big
Physics, but make it sexy. Okay. Are we ready?
Yep.
Born ready.
This physics phenomenon lets particles be in two places at once, unlike my dad.
Oh my God.
Schrodinger's cat. What is Schrodinger's cat?
Nope.
I don't know what it's going for.
What is the multiplicity theory?
Wow, that was good. That was a good guess.
Thank you.
It is. What is quantum superposition?
That's what I said.
Is that what you said?
He said Schrodinger's cat.
That's what the theory is about.
Well, then you got okay.
Well, you don't get the points.
Okay.
half
How am I
points.
supposed to know that?
Give him half credit.
Okay.
He can have
Half
he can have
credit.
$250.
All right. Kayla.
That's what
Since you
Schrodinger's
got that
cat's all
wrong.
about. You have a cat that's alive and a cat that's dead. That's in a quantum superposition of two states.
Well, it's not alive and dead. You just don't know which it is, so therefore it
Exactly,
is both
that's why it's
simultaneously alive and dead.
That's why it's a superposition of multiple states.
This is one of the physics things I understand. Wildly.
So the answer should have been, what is quantum superposition?
Right, but Schrodinger's cat is kind of an explanation of the theory and a little bit more of a concrete.
Okay, moving on.
Moving on. Jake got it wrong. I get to pick next. I'm going to take education is a scam for 400.
All right. This famous educator said, the function of education is to teach one and think intensively and to think critically before promptly being ignored by most school boards. Anybody?
Repeat it again.
This famous educator said, the function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically before promptly being ignored by most school boards.
What is Dr. Jill Biden?
All
That was a Hail Mary.
Who is Montessori?
Good guess.
Thank you.
That is a good guess. The answer is, who is Martin Luther King Jr.?
He's not even
Educator?
a famous educator.
I mean, I guess he educated a lot of people. on a
Yes,
lot of
but
stuff,
that's not.
Yeah, he did. This is going great. Okay, Jake, choose a category.
Okay, I guess we're gonna go to theoretical for 100.
Theoretical for one. What in the theoretical fuck for 100? This concept involves time slowing down near massive objects, not unlike that one 45-minute meeting that somehow lasted 8 years.
What is time dilation?
Ding, 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 ding. You got one right, Jake.
You all should have got that
Why?
because we talked about that.
Because we talked about
Oh.
it.
All right, let's go back to physics for 400.
Can you cross off the ones that we've done?
Okay, this is funny. This famous cat is both dead and alive.
Schrodinger's
Schrodinger's
what is
cat.
Schrodinger's cat?
I think I said it first.
Yeah, Jake did say it
Come
first.
on, man.
400 for Jake.
This is bullshit.
So Jake has 750. Kayla has 0.
Wow.
Let's do education for 100.
Thanks, Jake.
All right. This standardized test is basically a hazing ritual to get into college because trauma builds character, right?
What is the ACT?
What is the SAT?
Come on, man.
I was hedging on her getting the wrong one.
Oh, yep, you're right.
I knew it was one of the two.
Alright. So did I.
Stop it.
That's why I let you take the 50-50 and then I...
No one takes the
guaranteed
SAT anymore. Stop playing with me.
All right, let's do theoretical 200.
I hate this game.
You love it.
I do.
What in the theoretical fuck? For 200, you said?
Yep.
This paradox involves a twin aging faster than the other due to space travel and is not a subplot from The Bear.
What is the twin paradox? What is the paradox involving a twin?
I think Kelsey wrote these questions herself.
Jake is blowing you out of the water, Kayla.
It's because your questions are horse shit.
There are 2 physics categories. And
Yeah,
one
I'll say there's 2
education
physics
category.
categories and 1 education category. So
Well, you lost 2 of
Let's
the
do
education ones. So.
Education 500.
it's because one of them was stupid.
This phrase is often said by professors who absolutely did not read your 14-page essay on the symbolism of dirt in the 19th century poetry.
What?
This phrase is often said by professors who absolutely did not read your essay.
Did you cite your sources?
Nope.
You didn't phrase that in the form of a question.
Oh, well, it was wrong anyways.
Actually, I guess you did say a question.
Yeah, I did.
What is good insight?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's do physics for 100.
All right. This fundamental force is responsible for holding your atoms together, kind of like a toxic relationship, but with actual structure.
What is gravity?
No.
Fuck.
As well, letting you take a guess at it. What is the strong force?
What is the electromagnetic force?
Okay. I guess that's between atoms, true, but what holds atoms together is the strong force.
Okay. Well,
Actually, I think it's
we'll
both.
give you half.
I think that's wrong. But okay. 200.
I mean, I'm not the one with the doctorate.
We know.
Last time I checked,
Okay.
same charged particles repel each other. And neutrons don't have a charge. So tell me how the electromagnetic force holds those together.
I couldn't explain it to you.
Okay.
Kelsey's like, I could if I had time, but I don't think you'd understand. So
I don't think that you would understand if I explained it to you. Okay, you said for 200 physics, but make it sexy for 200. Yep. This theory by Einstein redefined gravity and somehow still didn't explain why I'm emotionally spiraling every time I lose my keys.
What is relativity?
What is general relativity?
Fuck off.
Jake got it.
I hate this game.
Hey,
I'm loving this so much.
I hate you, Kelsey.
I specifically explained to both of you what the difference was.
Yep.
I probably wasn't listening because I was still tore up about your fucking ladder.
Oh. We did general relativity a long time ago.
I don't care.
All right. Education for 300.
All right. Kayla, if you don't get this one, I'm going to clothesline you.
Okay.
This educational buzzword is thrown around in staff meetings more than a beach ball at a frat party, and no one knows what it actually means. There's no way you could ever answer.
I mean, which buzzword do you want?
It's one of them.
Differentiation.
That's a good one.
What's your favorite buzzword? That is a good one.
Thank you. That's a good one, though. It's a good thing.
Educational buzzwords.
Make sure you're building relationships.
I can't
Remember your
even-
why. It's
What
about
is
the kids.
Common Core?
No, that's funny though. Nope. What is student-centered learning?
Lies.
I'll give you the points just because I feel bad for you.
Wow, thanks. The favorite ones right now that we make fun of are you building relationships? And remember your why. Those are those are the ones we're making fun of right now.
Excuse me while I go jump off the Hone Bridge.
I'm like, I remember my why. My why is the once a month paycheck. Thank you. No, I'm kidding. If I was
Right.
doing it for just the paycheck,
That's-
I promise I wouldn't be doing it.
That's not enough of a
Why do you
paycheck.
want to work here? Because it
Or
gives
that's not
me a
enough of a
paycheck.
why.
No. I could
Yeah.
if that was the reason why I would go work at like Target and get the same paycheck. But
Yeah.
the whole just like
My
when you
Except
kids.
that's the whole idea of just like, teachers being frustrated and the response being like, "Well, remember why you're here." I'm like, I know why I'm here. Stay in your
Yeah.
lane.
My kids' teacher told them like a couple weeks ago that she took a job somewhere else so she wouldn't be at the school
Aw.
next year, and the kids were tore up. Like they all came out. I mean, Zeke was crying like pretty much from the day that she told him. Every single day, like he had cried about it. And they all came out of school on the last day all sobbing, like
Aw.
heaving. All these kids were like heaving, sobbing, and hugging her as like she was like, I swear, carrying all of them on her arms, like because they were just like she was dragging them out of the school because they were so sad and they're gonna miss her so much. And Zeke was like, why would she do this? Why would she get another job? And she got another job, a really like great step towards like her career goals or whatever. And so it's still an education. And I was like, well, you have goals, trying to explain to them like goals and then plus like probably more money.
Mhm.
And he was like, well, what if they didn't give her more money? What if they were going to give her the same amount of money? Would she still have left us? And I'm like, probably. Like,
Here's my probably bad teacher thing, but I don't know if I had good reasons or not, but whatever. Knowing that I was likely, like it wasn't confirmed, which was my big reason why I did it the way I did. But knowing that I was likely not coming back to one of my schools next year, which is now confirmed, I'm not coming back to one of my 2 schools next year. I
yeah.
did not tell any of my children or any of the staff, or I just kind of left.
Well, that was
Yeah,
one of the
that's fine.
problems with that. I don't want to call it out too much, but
No.
I feel like you weren't really treated as one of the employees of that school.
No, there were a handful of people who I really enjoyed, but I very much didn't feel like I was part of it.
Yeah.
So,
Which
that makes
technically
a
you
huge
weren't,
difference.
but you'd think
I wasn't.
just being in the school, like you
Right.
treated like other teachers, but the fact is you weren't.
I wasn't. It was different. It's fine. Everyone has their own cup of tea in different places for different people, and everyone, you gotta find where you fit.
Yeah.
Is the kind of the education thing. You gotta
100%.
figure out where you fit.
Mhm.
And
But just for
but I just
context,
kind of left and didn't tell the kids that I was leaving, and my rationale in my head was, well, it's not for sure yet. All the things hadn't gone through yet until literally last week Wednesday. Everything has finally been finalized, but I just left, and they were like, "Okay, see you next year," and I'm like, "Okay, see you next year."
I was gonna say, for context, like your job, the nature of your job was that you work for like the district, and they kind of placed you in the school.
Correct.
And the assumption was that you'd continue with that placement, but then you got a kind of a different position.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess it was last summer they rearranged the assignments in the elementary schools, so like it could happen even if I didn't change
Yeah,
positions the way I did.
I'm just saying, if
For sure.
somebody's like, well, how did you just kind of like quit a school without any of the staff knowing? Because you're including like the prince, not 100%. He kind of knew, but
No, he knew ahead of time because there had to be things put in place in terms of rostering students for next year and scheduling things and whatever, so that like the appropriate parties knew, but it was kind of on a need to know basis because nothing was official. So I just kind of Irish goodbye the shit out of it. I was just like, bye.
I've got Do we want to?
Yeah.
Do you want to do another story before we go back to the game?
Sure, go ahead. Give us a story.
I got
Sure.
one that's kind of related to what you're talking about with Zeke and like his teacher. It's not exactly the same,
Yeah.
but it just reminded me of it because it's a little sappy, I guess. But in high school,
Great.
Kelsey's gonna cry.
Well, in high school, yeah, Kelsey, you're gonna cry.
Oh, great.
In high school, we had this band director. You know, and like the band kids are really tight with everybody, with like each other, and like the director of the band and everything, right? And then this is somebody that like doesn't really teach by grade, so you have the same band director like your entire high school career. And he had done a tradition of reading The Giving Tree to the outgoing seniors
Oh.
at the end of the year. And so
Yeah.
that was always, so the thing is like it's a tradition, so as like a sophomore and junior, like that it's happening. And you see like your friends that are graduating, their reaction coming, because he takes the seniors only into a different room to read the book. So it's not like he does it for everybody. It's just the seniors, like kind of in a private thing. Do you know that book?
I mean, I've seen like it. No.
Oh, okay. Guess what book I'm reading, Kelsey?
Is
this
it by
summer?
Shel Silverstein?
It is, but it's basically like like a.
Do you want me to go get it and read
kid.
it for Kelsey right now?
No, it's copyrighted.
I know.
But it's basically like a kid. I don't know if he plants the tree or he just like meets the tree when he's a little boy or whatever, and the tree like gives him an apple, and then he starts growing older and like gives him an apple for his family, and then like I forget exactly what it was.
Gives him like branches to build a house, and then gives him like a boat to like lets him chop it down so he has like a boat to travel, and then like he comes back and the tree's like he's an old man and the tree's like, I've got nothing left to give to you. And the little boy's like, oh, that's fine, I just need some place to sit. And at this point the tree's a stump, and the tree's like, it's okay, you can sit here on my stump. Like it's precious. It's so sweet.
Aww. Yeah, that
So
would make
I
me
think
emotional.
pretty indicative of like all teachers, like even with when you only teach for 1 year, about the like give type of thing. But that was pretty impactful for somebody that like teaches. I mean, for a band director, you do one-on-one lessons every single student he does, on top of directing the band every single day. And I was in jazz band too, so I actually had him for a quarter of my day, like every day for 3 years at that point. So
yeah, you get really close with teachers like that. Well, I think just like you're right, like when somebody is giving so much into other people, I think it's easy for people to like get really attached to them, or like grow like really fond, or whatever, of the person.
Yep.
Yeah. So Zeke thinks he's doomed. He thinks that he's never going to have a teacher like his current 2nd grade teacher in his entire life. So he's really sad about it.
Emmy's 2nd grade teacher was my favorite teacher she's had. Emmy's not over here nodding her head. Shout out Miss Purcell.
Aww.
It's the best. Just incredible.
Aww. Yeah. Zeke's even made like she like sent us an email, like, I made an email address so the kids can message me if they want. I'm like, that's really sweet. So poor guy. He'll get over it. Actually, he'll probably remember it his entire life. I'm sure he's going to remember it for his entire life. Because, like, I very much remember really specific things about some of my teachers.
I at least remember, like, every single, through grade school for sure, like, every teacher. I can probably remember the faces of every teacher I even had through high school with, like, varied classes. At least.
That's crazy. I can't remember anything. I remember my physics teacher, Mr. Jenkins. Mostly because I got in trouble in his class all the time. Because Kyle and I were in it together.
Oh, shock.
I didn't have him.
Yeah.
I knew his son a little bit.
Yeah. He was nice, but we got in trouble every single day. Somehow one time Kyle found these tiny little hands, like tiny, and we were like we had to take a test, and it was like, you know, the lab tables or whatever with those black tops. He was sitting on this end and I was sitting on this end, so we were facing each other like across, you know, there was like 6 feet in between us, and you know, I'm taking my test or whatever, and I just like get this, I like feel this like weird like feeling, like, you know, when you like feel like somebody is like watching you.
Oh, God.
I look up and he's sitting there with like 2 teeny tiny little hands in his sleeves, just like this, like with his like by his face, and I spit. I was like lost it. Everybody looks at us. The teacher looked over at us. I mean, and then finally, like, you know, we just like kept on taking our tests and stuff, and finally I was able to like get my phone out and take a photo of him across the table from me, and I have that photo. It's so funny.
Oh my God.
I would like to see that.
Teachers hated you.
Yeah. Oh my God. So much so.
Those physics rooms at our high school were a minefield for the ADHDers. I'll tell you that.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like there was so much shit in them.
It was awesome. I love those because they had so many like little contraptions that you could play with on the side of the room. But that's like putting the cheese underneath the cardboard box with the string attached to it for.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one time when for the one semester I was at Spash, where you had to rescue me from the snake?
From a snake?
Yes. We weren't in the same like science class, but our science class were conjoining, and there was like a snake in like an aquarium in your science class, but not mine. But someone from my class who knew I was afraid of snakes was like bringing it over to show me, and I like distinctly remember you like trying to like cut in between and be like, Kayla, like.
Oh, I don't remember.
Trying to save me from this snake.
I remember there was a snake in the room.
There was not a snake in my room, but the snake was coming to my room, and you.
I'm starting to vaguely recall
you
that.
rescued me from the snake.
You're welcome.
I was gonna say I appreciate you.
Armor.
A knight in shining cargo pants.
Or cargo shorts.
Hey, this is the mid-aughts.
I know. Oh, I know. This would have been like 2004.
I mean,
yeah, wow.
We dodged the windbreaker pant
jacket. The
windbreaker pant.
Yeah, and
we did do that.
He had this like bright blue. Was it like an Arizona Diamondbacks?
Arizona Diamondbacks.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a jacket though.
Yes. No. hang tight.
That thing was
we
awesome.
all know what you're like. You don't need to hang tight because we all.
No, I know. I'm still talking. It's fine. I'll find it.
Yeah, Jake's been defending you since the moment Kevin dared him to date you.
I know. My knight in shining cargo pants. Mm-hmm. Cargo pants had a chokehold on you for a long time.
I mean, I thought they were comfy.
Thank God you're past that stage. Should we get back into our game?
Yes.
Sure.
Kayla, you get to choose.
Oh, I get to choose now? I'm going to go with what in the theoretical fuck for 400, because what the fuck else am I going to do?
You already Oh, wait. Nope.
No.
Theoretically,
all right.
Points.
Theoretically, shut the fuck up.
Ready?
Yes.
Are you listening?
I am listening.
This dimensionless number is used to describe the chaos of fluid flow and also your mental state before finals.
0.
What is entropy?
What is the square root of -1?
It's a dimensionless number.
What is
Kayla.
I?
What is it? Just 0?
I said 0. That was my first guess.
What is the Reynolds number?
Oh, sure.
Duh.
Is that anything like?
Okay, Kayla, choose again.
I'll say education for 200.
Okay. This term refers to a classroom where you pretend to care while scrolling on your phone under the desk.
Easy A.
What was the...
Are you high?
Nope.
This term refers to a classroom where you pretend to care while scrolling on your phone under the desk.
Study hall.
A classroom. No.
Yeah, I have nothing.
Computer lab.
Yeah.
What is a lecture?
Oh.
We paid attention during our lectures.
Bingo. up top.
No. Well.
Well. We also. Hang on. Hang on. Oh my god. Okay. We also can't. We didn't have smartphones until our senior year of college.
Of college?
That is true. I didn't even have one then.
We did not have because it's when I added you to my phone plan, which was like our last semester of college before we got married. I added you to my phone plan. We both upgraded our phones. That's when we got smartphones.
Yeah. Mine was an LG Incredible 2 or something like that. I think that was
so
my
we
first
couldn't have been
smartphone.
scrolling on our phones. That wasn't something we could do.
Wow, I was spoiled because I had a smartphone when I was like in 10th grade.
We had smartphones we finally got smartphones in 2011.
I batted my eyelashes enough at my dad to get me one.
It tracks. We did it ourselves. We got our own smartphones.
They're not
Congrats.
going to catch on. That's what everybody thought. No, I don't.
That's what everybody thought when you didn't have one?
No,
I mean, the iPhone came out when, like, our freshman year of college.
Yeah. Oh, iPod Touch came out first.
No, I know, but I was just saying.
iPhone without the cell phone part of it, and then it was the iPhone.
iPhone came out in fall
I think I got an
2007.
iPhone my senior year. I wanted a Sidekick so bad, but I got a BlackBerry instead.
Dude, me and the girl sitting next to me on the plane were talking about the Razor phones, Motorola Razor.
I had one of those.
I know you did.
Oh yeah, I had that.
I liked that one for what cell phones were at the time.
I know you did.
Yeah, I liked playing Snake on it.
Then somebody punched my backpack because they just thought it was fun. I'm like, dude, my cell phone's literally in that pocket, and they cracked it.
Who is that?
Not even like a friend of mine. Just
what an
idiot. A jerk. Yeah.
Wow. I have such a funny joke to make, but I'm not going to make it because it's a podcast.
All right. What in the theoretical fuck for 300?
All right. This I have a really hard time with this word. Theoretical idea that the entire universe could be a simulation makes you question everything.
What is the Matrix?
The theoretical thing?
The theoretical idea that the entire universe could be a simulation.
I mean, I guess I'll say, what is the holographic principle?
No. What is simulation theory?
Yeah.
These are terribly worded questions. I would also like the logic complaint that 2/3 of the questions were related to physics.
I already pointed
Well, you should have been paying attention in the last 10 weeks.
Oh my God.
But also these questions that have the answers in the question are dumb.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
All right. Physics, but make it sexy for 300.
Okay. This one, I think that you could get this one, Kayla.
Okay.
Okay. This law says, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
You got a 33% chance.
I know. Newton's second law.
No, you let me down.
Fuck.
That's Newton's third law.
Fuck.
Yep, that is Newton's third law.
At least I knew it. At least I was in the right. I did understand where I needed to be.
That's true. That is true.
You were. Yeah, you were almost right, but you were wrong.
I knew it was one of Newton's laws.
I even gave you that because I
had it before that.
Gave you that as in I knew you knew that part of it.
Okay. I'm like, I had it before you said that.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. I meant I was acknowledging your intelligence.
Aw, look at you.
Yeah.
You do love me.
Not intelligent enough, though.
Okay, bonus points.
At least I know how to spell tragedy.
What's Newton's first law?
An inertia?
Yes, that's right.
How many bonus points does she get?
100.
Fuck.
Wow.
What's Newton's second law? I don't think you're going to get that.
Not equal and opposite reaction.
No. I don't know.
You've definitely heard it.
I don't know.
That's F equals MA.
Ah, okay.
I wouldn't have gotten that.
Do you know what those letters mean, Kelsey?
No.
Force equals mass times acceleration.
Cool.
Usually worded like force is equal to the change in mass over the change, or the change in momentum over time. Something like that.
I'm very lost.
All right, we got one question left. It is what in the
Okay, which one
what
is
in the
it?
theoretical fuck for 500?
All right. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay. This scientific rule states that you can never simultaneously know a particle's position and momentum.
Inertia?
I've said this like 20 times on this podcast.
Fuck.
And Kelsey probably doesn't even know that.
I do know that. I listen.
Heisenberg, what is Heisenberg's uncertainty principle?
That is correct.
Oh,
Jacob
come
got
on.
it. Jake got it. Let me add up these scores. Talk amongst yourselves.
I've mentioned that like a
You
bunch
have.
of times.
I honestly even have it on my list of topics to assign you. So, why are you
I feel like we've talked about it a
why
lot.
are you even adding up those scores?
Just because I want everybody to know how terrible you did.
Fucking twit.
It's a dumb fucking cunt to you.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
Yes, thank you. Call me my real name. The winner is Jake with 2,100 points.
All right.
And the loser is Kayla with 400 points, 100 of those being given by Jake, and 300 of those being me giving you an answer that you even got wrong.
Wow. Thank you for my consolation points.
You're welcome.
Jesus.
You can give Jake his consolation prize later.
I've been gone for a week.
Oh, yikes. You should have sent Emmy to her friend's house or something.
Nah. She got her own bedroom.
Well, that was fun. Did you guys like my game?
I like the game. The questions are, for the most part, pretty dumb.
What he said.
Sorry.
Hey, I'm doing the best I can, okay?
Are you, though?
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
I could do better.
Okay.
I could.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So, what's the plan for next week? Are we skipping a week of recording?
I think we're going to have to just take a week off. Think we're going to take a week off.
Okay.
We'll come back.
A planned week off, because Jake and Kayla and their family will be sailing the ocean blue.
We'll do.
What's the saying? What's the Christopher Columbus saying?
Christopher Columbus is a horrible person and we shouldn't celebrate him anymore. That one?
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. Got it.
Thanks.
That's the saying.
That's the saying. That's the one. Okay, cool. So you guys will be away in a manger. And
Not in a manger. Be whale watching.
I know. Okay, that'll be pretty cool.
I'll send you pictures.
I'm going
Will,
to be
no, you won't. You didn't send me a picture of a
manger
dolphin.
in some food. That's what I'm going to be doing.
You're going to be what?
I'm going to be manger in some food.
What is wrong with you?
What?
Did you get what I was saying?
No.
Kelsey said away in a manger. And so
Are you trying
I
to
said
make it
manger.
French?
Yes.
Because we're leaving out of Canada. He's trying to. Oh my God.
To eat is.
Oh, so you guys got Emmy's passport just in time.
No, we've had her
I've
passport.
had it for a couple of years
2
now.
years.
Oh, I thought you just sent a photo the other day, and I thought it was like, oh yeah, we got her passport.
No, see what had happened is I needed Jake to send me pictures of the scanned photos, whatever the heck I used, weren't clear enough for Disney Cruise Lines. So I had to have Jake send me other ones so I could do the online check-in, but because of the way he has his Google Photos set up, it just like auto-uploaded because it had her
Oh.
face in them.
Yep.
I see.
No, we've had them like 2-3 years.
Okay, cool. How exciting. Great. Well, I can't wait to hear about the cruise. And then when you guys come back, we'll be all together and we'll do a couple episodes in person.
Yay!
Hooray. Well, I think that's it for us today. We hope that you enjoyed our little Jeopardy game and our banter, a little bit different of an episode. Just a reminder to follow us on social media. We're on TikTok, at This Wasn't on the, and we're on Instagram at This Wasn't on the Test. And follow us and subscribe and write a review wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Yeah.
Did I hit it all?
I think you got it.
You can follow my personal Instagram too. I've been getting.
That's right. Yeah. Follow Jake's personal Instagram, which is what?
At Dr. Berg writes.
Lovely. Great. Well, thanks for joining along again, and tune in next week to find out why this wasn't on the test.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.